this lesson we're going to be learning Love and Happiness by Al Green. Great old R&B tune. A lot of cool stuff in this. It's basically three parts mainly. There's an intro that a lot of people seem to forget. It's really quiet on the record, and we're going to cover that too. And that little lead thing at the intro. So we're going to cover it all for the most part. It's actually an A flat minor. You could play it in A minor and tune your guitar down a half step to be in tune with the record, but it's really just as easy to play it in A flat in standard tuning. So A flat's here, 4th fret. The intro, he's kind of doing some vamping there in the intro. It's all just A flat minor. And he's kind of just lightly kind of arpeggiating, noodling around this A flat minor, sort of like this. I think I did hear him do a couple hammer-ons like that. So you're hammering down the 3rd finger and pinky on your A flat minor chord, bar chord. And at some point he hits this, it's a D minor 7. And that's, so you play like a D flat minor bar chord. Take your pinky off, now you have D7. Now add your pinky here to the 7th fret. Sounds real nice. And then he's just kind of arpeggiating that A flat minor chord, okay? And then just make sure you get that in there. You could throw in a couple of those little hammer-ons, and you got the intro. I did not tab it out exactly because it's really hard to hear, so I just kind of tabbed whole notes of that, and you can just kind of noodle around arpeggiating that if you want to play that, okay? Then you hear the guitar come in and count it off. Like that, just dead notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's our first lick. So that's, you're gonna slide up to the 9th fret on the B string. So if you're not sure, I got out my hollow body Gretsch for this song because I thought it fit. My fret markings, so you can follow, are up here. They're not in the middle of the fingerboard, they're up on top. So if you're having a hard time, just look at that to see where we're at. But this is 9th fret B string. We're gonna slide up to that from about a half step back, or whole step back. Then you're gonna play 7 on the E, 9 on the E, slide up to the 11 on the E. Then come back to the 9 on the B, 9 on the G, 8 on the G, 7 on the G. So then 6, and then an A minor or A flat minor chord. Now it's derived from this full minor bar chord, but I'm just playing the higher notes, so 6 and the 4s. And that's mostly what he's doing in the tune, is playing the upper register of the chord, okay? So now that lick is played real staccato. You don't want to play it like, it needs to be more choppy. Like that. Okay, and then it's that chord progression underneath that is the chord progression to the chorus, and it's E7. So that's 7, 6, 7. Move that back a half step to our A flat minor. So it's So that's how I tabbed it. Now, but the guitar always does like a little lick in there. And it's it's all just A flat pentatonic minor or blues scale. They do play around with that flat 5 a lot. That note right there. So you can kind of play around with that. If you're not into soloing and playing lead and scales, you can just go. Like that, okay? So they do that little chord progression twice, and then we're into the verse. And the verse is B major. So that's 2nd fret, and you're barring the 4s. He kind of varies this each time. I'd say strum it and then arpeggiate up. And then same thing, but we're going to a B7. So that's 2, 4, bar the 2s, so you get the 2nd fret of the G string, and then your pinky on the 4th fret of the B. So the verse so far is 1 bar B, 1 bar B7, then we go to our A flat minor chord, to an F major, like that, 4, 3, 2, 2. So it's going to go. So I did that 3 times. So far we have. Then we go. Okay, what that is, that's D major bar chord. D flat minor, or yeah, to B. So, and then you do this little lick. So I'm pulling off on the 5th fret of the B to 4th fret B, and then playing 4th fret G string. Then you do that again, and then we go, and that's 6 on the G, pulling off to 4, playing 6 on the D. So that's. Then we go to our verse again. Now we're going to do this part 3 times this time. The 3rd time, no little lick, you just kind of strum 2 more quarter notes to get us into the chorus. Okay, so let me play that whole verse, because it goes around twice, basically. So we got. So this is our 2nd time around. And then that brings us to the chorus, which we already went over in the intro. So you can see how I'm just kind of noodling around with that A flat pentatonic minor, okay? So, but the chorus is. Okay, then after that, I believe we go into this little bridge. Let's see. Yeah. So the vamp, bridge, little solo horn riff section after that first chorus is still in A flat minor. That's the horn riff, so we're going to learn that. So you're just going to play, on the downbeat, you're going to play the A flat minor. So that riff is, you're going to start on the 4 on the B string, 4 to 6 on the G, back to 4 on the B. Then 7, back to 4. It's all A flat pentatonic minor. Then 6, 4, 6, 8. So we have. Then the second time starts out the same. Then we go. And that's it. It just alternates between those two things. It's all tabbed out there for you. And then we go into another chorus. And then I think we have another verse, pretty sure. Yes. Another verse. All that's the same, it's just a repeat of the same thing. It's not a double verse though, it just goes through once. Then we have another chorus, and then we have this vamp out. It hangs on A flat minor for like 3 minutes really to end the song. And the guitar is really just doing that the whole time for the most part. So it's just A flat, that A flat bar chord, minor chord, and then we have this little lick from 6 to 4 to 6 on the D. So it's just a pull off. And that's it. That's the whole, it just kind of fades out. It might, I think in there, they do for a second go back to the chorus theme. Something like that. So that's it. That's the whole tune. It just fades out. So there you have it. It's all tabbed out. If you get lost, you can be kind of on the B and the B7. You don't have to be so particular about what you're playing there. It's just kind of strummed and then arpeggiated, or you could arpeggiate. You know, however you want to do it, it works as long as you're playing B and then B dominant 7. And that's it. So, Love and Happiness by Al Green.